Hello my loves, welcome back to Zeke's Lunchbox. Today I've got Rel with me, who's my partner, and he's also an artist. You can find him on Instagram at Terra. Today we're gonna do a study sessions episode. I haven't done a study sessions episode except for the first one that I did. And if you haven't seen that episode, you can watch it over here. Basically the whole point of the series is to have a more relaxed, long form vibe of kind of experimenting with sketches, challenging myself to learn some new things, and basically taking you from the concept to the ending and showing you the whole routine of everything throughout. So today we're going to be drawing costumes from the Go Ranger series, so lots of like vintage photographs from the series, and we've tried to research like who the costume designer was from our like 2 minutes of googling, but I guess we'll just
arduous Google.
yeah, we really tried to research this person.
Yeah.
It's basically, if you want to get the name out.
Pronunciation. Shotaro Ishinomori. I'll give that a 7 out of 10.
Yay! So that person is the original manga artist from the, I guess, the 70s?
Yeah, late 70s, early 80s, I believe. He's done a whole lot of stuff like Kamen Rider, Himitsu Sentai Gorenga, which is like the Japanese Power Rangers. Yeah, just some other stuff. If you're familiar with that sort of style at all, he seems to be the godfather of it. A lot of that stuff is in the same vein.
Yeah, so I guess a lot of those costumes are kind of based on his manga illustrations. So when I was going through Pinterest, that's basically how I found a lot of these. And then when I found one image, I found that there were like hundreds of these images, and all the costumes are so good. They're kind of funny, and also because it is centered around like a kid's show, they can be pretty playful with it, which is something that both Rel and I really like in our art. So yeah, we're going to sketch those now. We are going to just go through Pinterest and pick a couple that we like, and then we'll see if we can draw as many as we can. So there's this guy here. I don't know, I think I've saved this one already. Yeah. And I like to save it under fashion. Well, I love this character.
I love this sexy Che Guevara Harlequin baby looking thing.
That's such a good description. There's so many.
Yeah.
Rel and I really want to get a lot better at our figure drawing, and this is a really good way of making it interesting for ourselves. So it's a good practice to do figure drawings, but like change it up a little bit as well. I mean, I like this one. This one's kind of just us. Except you've got boobs.
Yeah.
This one really...
I like Glass Boy.
That one really reminds me of your artwork.
I think, yeah. There's heaps more, and it's sort of endless, but I guess we'll do more in the future.
Yeah.
He's right there.
Okay. Glass Boy.
Yeah.
Let's do Glass Boy.
Yeah.
Cool. Bring this fella over, because baby has bad eyesight.
Well, this guy has many glasses for you.
Oh yeah, that's fitting. Oh my god, I just realized that he has like
a seeing eye test on his chest.
That is so good.
It's so ridiculous. I love it.
Start off with his head.
His big ears. I don't quite see the correlation, like unless he's blind and he uses the ears to hear due to bad eyesight, like one sense gets stronger.
I messed up already.
No, looks like I won the game.
There's no game. No game here.
No, there's no game.
Not like our last video.
Yeah.
The rock. What is that? I know they're quite bulbousy. Yours are so nice.
Yeah.
Where I
smashed it.
Oh my god, I failed that so bad. That was funny.
Like this.
Wait, so you... Okay, we don't get his feet.
No.
See, whenever I see references of bodies,
yeah,
I always get shocked at how like little neck a lot of people have.
Yeah. So I didn't realize how much I actually align with this sort of style. Like I could just be drawing these dudes and...
For sure. Yeah. I mean, that's why I chose this subject matter, because when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is just Rel's art. Yeah. Is that like subconscious for you, or?
No. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. It's like It's interesting because I'm into, like, I had that phase, or not that phase, but like saving a lot of like He-Man paintings and stuff, and because they were super bright and vivid, and I like all the Atomic Era stuff, but I never looked at like Japan, and I think that's because like just after watching so much anime in my teen years, I kind of pushed that away. Because I felt that was like too obvious to be just like, oh, let's look at like Japanese stuff and reference that.
I totally get it.
Yeah, but
I think because for me, especially when I used to do fashion, so many people would tell me like, oh, you should go to Japan, or like, oh, do you love this Japanese designer? And like, there's just, Japan is like the ultimate destination when it came to like design and things that were really unique.
Yeah.
And I think because so many people told me that, I like really stepped away from it.
Yeah, I think you want to be like,
because,
no, I'll find it myself, I guess. Or
like, I mean, for me, I feel like it just, no matter what people tell you, you always end up just doing the opposite, especially as an artist. You're just like so bratty in that way. It's like, no, I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's not me. It's so fun. Oh, I didn't make enough room for his pole.
Oh. What even is his pole?
Yeah, seriously.
Is it just a single lens?
Oh, like a glasses lens, right?
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, like, why just one lens? It's so bizarre. It looks like a slice of lime.
What's this guy's backstory, you reckon?
Optometrist gone mad. Or maybe he wants to steal all the glasses of the children who need them.
That's such a like shitty super villain.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I steal all of the glasses.
Yeah, he's kind of like a very G-rated like version of like Pol Pot or something.
How many times can we mention Pol Pot in this video?
Yeah, I think just once is enough. Probably 0 is enough actually. Just bring it in, just lighten the mood with a bit of reference to genocide.
See, for me, what I want to get out of this is being able to like draw clothes a little bit better.
Yeah, I was just looking at the cape and I'm like, ooh, if I get the detail on that cape right and like the lighting and stuff, I'm gonna feel pretty proud of myself.
Yeah. So many glasses.
7 pairs.
I definitely need to put some watercolor on this, or a little bit of gouache. I just feel like it just doesn't feel complete. So what kind of goals do you want to have with your personal work?
Definitely want to have that show later in the year or maybe early next year.
Do you have an idea of like what your show is going to be about?
Yeah, kind of weird pseudo-mythologies of borrow a lot from like Asian culture and what's happening, and then also like stories told like in these sorts of, what do you call it, like cartoons and that sort of a thing, with like the dictator photos and whatnot. But
wait, which dictator photos?
I was in that Dark Tourist series.
Oh yeah.
Life can be dangerous when you're a dark tourist.
Yeah, Rel and I watched Dark Tourist not long ago. I felt like that series was really fresh. Like, it's like they were really aware of all the docos that had already occurred on Vice.
Yeah, and I think also the host's delivery of it was really good. It wasn't trying to constantly shock you like, wow, this is so insane. It was like, here's the thing, and we're gonna go do it. And then by showing you the thing, you're like, oh, that is insane. Or like, that is really different. They like shock you, and the host is always like, wow, this is wild, like,
yeah, he had a real like Louis Theroux
just that
way
like,
of going about it.
Look at that.
Yeah, the stuff that was really gross to me was like the when they were like pretending to be like Mexican migrants jumping over the border. I thought like that as a tourist attraction is so disgusting.
Yeah, that was really weird. It's just an interesting dynamic that's created out of that sort of system. But I mean, it was run by locals, so...
I know, no, that's always the, how people justify it. It's like, well, it's run by the locals. And it's like, well, the locals wouldn't have a business if we didn't encourage it, you know?
Yeah. So I think I drew his staff too long. But that's...
No, at least you have the staff. Mine right now looks like he's just really sassy.
Yeah, well, I can't... With all his glasses...
Hey! So, Rel and I saw a movie the other day that I didn't think that I would like that much, but it turned out that I really liked it. We watched Maps to the Stars by David Cronenberg. I think Cronenberg's made one of your favorite films.
Videodrome?
Yeah, Videodrome.
Yeah, definitely.
Why would anybody watch a scum show like Videodrome? Why did you watch it, Max? Business reasons. Sure. What about the other reasons?
Max Wren is a victim.
I woke up with a headache.
Wait, what's the one with the twins? Dead Ringers
Yeah.
is so good.
These are very spook films.
Yeah, you know when sometimes you see someone's art and you're like, are you okay, sweetie? Like, Cronenberg, are you alright?
Yeah.
His work is sick, but
Yeah.
great. And if you don't know Cronenberg's work, he kind of got ousted from Hollywood after a couple of his movies didn't do very well when that whole body horror kind of went out the door. His return back into making films was basically having grotesque themes but twisting them in non-visual ways, and they're more disturbing than his visceral kind of films.
Like gauze, like flesh and stuff going on.
Yeah, they're
It's
really
not that
more...
anymore.
Although there was like a mental...
But I think it's like fantasy when it's all visual, when it's like, oh, that person's
Yeah.
exploding into guts. It's
There's
like,
a-
that's not real.
There's a sense of disbelief in it
Yeah.
because it is so foreign.
Yeah, it's like why Paranormal Activity, I guess, to some people would be spookier in the right circumstances than, say...
Friday the 13th, I don't know.
Yeah, The Thing.
Or
or
even
something.
The Ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand why like movies like that are so much scarier because they feel realistic. Maps to the Stars was almost his revenge on Hollywood, and he kind of took all of these like classic tropes of Hollywood and made them very real characters, and every single character was acted and written really, really well. And it's a really nice, subtle satire on what the Hollywood story is.
I think it can be even applied to like a greater narrative of like what super career driven individuals are capable of. Because you have, and like it's like even the attitude now, you know, where it's like, you know, get that money, hustle hard sort of the thing, and then it just kind of peels back like what's behind all that. And that's why you have like these weird moments where it's like a character has had something good happen to them but under these dreadful circumstances, and you see them celebrating, and it's like very kind of confronting, and it's challenging your ideals of how someone should react to sort of a bittersweet moment or
I recommend watching it. The characters are disgusting. Like really sick and twisted. And Julianne Moore is incredible in this movie. I wouldn't say it's like an incredible movie, but you're guaranteed to have your attention on it throughout. The ending's a bit weak, but it's really good. And anyway, that's just what we've been watching. I know I know you guys are probably like, what does this have to do with drawing? But a lot of film really informs my art, and that world building is what my art's about a lot of the time. I feel like everything I consume has in some way some effect into my work. I know artists sometimes are really picky about what culture they consume because in some way it's going to reflect in the work. I remember a couple of my lecturers saying that, and they wanted us to only consume the very best, and it was like, but...
No, consume trash and make filth for pigs.
John Waters would highly agree with you.
Singing with Paul Schaefer and the band, Born to Be Cheap. Please welcome Divine.
Ooh, I like the symbols that you've put on the chest. Cool. Are you done?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I think it's a fun little sketch. We're going to see both of the mediums that we generally sketch in. I think in future I'd like to do some more watercolor stuff. So maybe next time if we do this again.
Oh, that'd be cool if we like swapped mediums. Because
Yeah.
I really don't like working with just pencil and pen. I need like a water medium in it. Just because it's like a little bit quicker for me.
It's a lot easier to render, or a lot faster to render.
Yeah.
I need my rigid lines or something, but I don't know, I think maybe I should step away from that for a bit.
And I feel like I need more rigid lines. Do you think that you take what you learn here into your own personal work?
Definitely, yeah. I need to do a lot more figures, so would like to do this more in the future.
Yeah, for sure. Before sketching a lot more figures, I really didn't know how to like plant a character onto the ground. I feel like with this one I've kind of gotten that like he does feel like there's a real weight onto the floor. I mean, obviously a shadow really helps, but I think it's also like the way the feet are spread apart.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright guys, well I hope you liked that video. Please make sure you give the video a like and subscribe, and you can go follow Rel over on Terra on Instagram, and you can also find me on Instagram at Zeke's Lunchbox, and in between that you can go over to the shop as well and support your gal. Catch you next week.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.
Go get oranges! Is that right?